Hello, 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 you all. I am back today and I am skipping around a lot. Please forgive me. I want to go back to the top, almost the top of the TTPD album. I want to do the Tortured Poets Department song. And since it is the name of the album, I'm like, how have I not listened to this yet? So I'm going to do that today. If you want to be a member, you can join. You can get early access to the videos like 24 hours or less before. You can also get personal videos from me, just lots of different things. I'm not going to waste any more time. Let's just do this.
You left your typewriter at my apartment, straight from the Tortured Poets Department. I think some things I never say, like who uses typewriters anyway, but you're yourself.
Sorry, I have to laugh. That's funny. She's being ironic here, like very sarcastic, like straight from the Tortured Poets Department. And who uses typewriters? I think we know who it is. Who uses typewriters anyways? I'm like looking over, I have a vintage typewriter that doesn't work, that just sits over there. Anyways, this is also very 80s sounding. I'm like, okay, all right.
You're in self-sabotage mode, throwing spikes down on the road. But I've seen this episode and still love the show. Who else decodes you? And who's gonna hold you like me? And who's gonna know you if not me?
Okay, there's a few things there that I'm just like, I think I had a lot of sessions in the past week that have been around like toxic relationships. And so I think that that's why my mind immediately goes to being very skeptical. So somebody who's in self-sabotage mode, like basically is just like ruining a really, really good thing. She's saying, I've seen this at the show and I still love the show. So it's like, even though you are doing these things, I still love you. Saying that like, see them at the show, that could be literal because she's dated musicians, but it also can be figuratively, like, I've seen you put on this act before, but like she knows that person like still really cares about her and that maybe they're just having a moment. Like it kind of sounds like making a little bit of excuses. I've seen this before, like I still love the show, I still love you. Who's gonna decode you like me? Ugh. You know, when relationships are really healthy, you really don't have to go into a lot of decoding. And I feel like I've again had to do them a lot in my sessions in the past week with people, like trying to decode behavior. That is like a red flag. Like if you're having to do it, if somebody just isn't clear, or if their behaviors and their words do not align, that's a sign that's giving you information. And also I feel like I've been in that position before where I was the one who like felt like I truly knew the person and I was the only one that could really decode them and understand them. And it's just very much focused on them. It's like, do you want to do that in a relationship? Like, do you really? You know, you think that you have such a deep connection. It's like, who else could hold you like me? Like, why would you ever want to leave this, you know?
I laughed in your face and said, you're not Dylan Thomas, I'm not Patti Smith. This ain't the Chelsea Hotel, we're modern idiots. And who's gonna hold you like me?
Okay, so Dylan Thomas was a poet, troubled poet, and I believe that he died at the Chelsea Hotel. Lots of people died at Chelsea Hotel. Patti Smith, she's amazing singer, songwriter, poet. She lived, I believe, in the Chelsea Hotel for a very long time. I think the artists that lived or stayed at the Chelsea Hotel have the reputation of being, troubled or chaotic. And I think she's saying like, we're not those people. Like you might be acting out maybe a story or a persona that you're wanting to play to be like these people that you admire, but like we're actually not them. She's saying we're modern idiots. We're not living back then. Okay.
Nobody, no fucking body.
All right, Taylor. She was starting out the album with the F word. Just keep the tally going up. Every album gets more and more. I love it.
You smoked then 7 bars of chocolate. We declare Charlie Puth should be a bigger artist. I scratch your...
That's a lot of chocolate. Wait, chocolate. I will confess, I think I've confessed this before, but ever since I learned that some of these songs were about Maddie Healy, I've been listening to 1975 and I'm becoming a fan. And I know that they have a song called Chocolate. I'm wondering it might not be. It might be literal bars of chocolate. I kind of think of like weed chocolate. It's what I think of when I hear chocolate. 8, 7 bars of chocolate. Isn't that like a slang term or something like, oh, he ate that, she ate that? So it could be like he ate the bars, like the bars of the song, 7 bars of chocolate. So maybe he like performed the song for her.
And then talked about Charlie Puth.
Or it could be like he just got messed up on 7 bars of chocolate. And I think that they were probably like weed chocolate or something. Charlie Puth, I mean, okay. I don't know much about him, but I'm sure he's doing well after having his name dropped in the song.
I scratch your head, you fall asleep like a tattooed golden retriever, but you awaken.
All right, so golden retriever. People can describe like a golden retriever as somebody that like will be like happy and follow you around and be like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Kind of like attached to you. So she's like scratching his head, you know, right there beside him, just looking at him to make him happy. So like a tattooed golden retriever. It's kind of sad. Like this is not the best dynamics in a relationship. It's definitely seeming as if she's like more invested than he is. Or maybe not matching her energy in the same way in the relationship. That's just my 2 cents.
Awaken with dread, kind of nails in your head. But I've read this one where you come undone. I chose this cyclone with you. And who's gonna hold you like me?
You know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of somebody who, like, when they get intoxicated, they'll profess their love to you. They're totally into you, and you just like have these deep, meaningful conversations. And then the next day, when they're in their hangover state, like pounding nails in the head, it's like they wake up from it and suddenly forget about the night before and suddenly don't want you, or they're like the total opposite than they were the night before. I think she's like, okay, all right, I've seen this before. When you come undone, it's kind of like she's reassuring maybe herself even that she can handle this, sounds a little bit, and maybe like he's pushing her away, like kind of like an avoidant type of feeling, and she's like trying to reassure him, like, no, like who's gonna love you like me? Like I'll be the one. I will be your golden retriever. No, if anybody knows this from TikTok, be the black cat.
Who's gonna hold you? And who's gonna know you like me? I laughed in your face and said, you're not Dylan Thomas, I'm not Patti Smith. This ain't the Chelsea Hotel, we're modern idiots. And who's gonna hold you like me? Who's gonna hold somebody? Sometimes I wonder if you're gonna screw this up with me. But you told Lucy you'd kill yourself if I ever leave. And I had said that to Jack about you, so I felt seen. Everyone we know understands why it's meant to be. 'Cause we're crazy.
Yeah. Oh, gotta be honest, I don't like those lyrics. How do I explain this? So you told Lucy you'd kill yourself if I ever leave. It gives me 2 different feels. It gives me the feel of someone that's immature and or someone that has, you know, some realized or unrealized abusive tendencies with relationships. Because on one hand, whenever you're like, I'd kill myself if they'd ever leave me, that's not a good thing. And sometimes like you'll feel that way with your first love. Like if you don't realize that you're gonna be able to love again, that you would in your life if you weren't with them. You might come for me and say I'm being dramatic and reading into it too much. But look, I'm a therapist and I'm a person that deals with these words have meaning and power, so I'm the type of person that I'm sensitive to them. So on one hand, to give him like the benefit of the doubt, get both of them, because she said too that she would end her life if he would ever leave her. to kind of like to feel seen. It feels high school. It feels immature a bit to me that if you're in a healthy relationship, you should never have to do that. When I talk about it being on the abuse side, a lot of times people can like keep you in a relationship that's not good for you by using those kind of threats. This also can be an abuse tactic with people who have narcissistic traits where they kind of use these grandiose statements to make you feel like you're the only one and that they adore you. It can be a part of love bombing too. And I just want to say to any of you out there, sorry to make this like super, super serious and deep, but if you're in a relationship and can't see yourself living without that person, I would encourage you to start getting into therapy and working on yourself. And that might be even more of a reason for you to be alone, because you need to know yourself, because this sounds like enmeshment where you have like lost a little bit of your identity because this is your only person, you can't live without them. If you have a partner that uses this kind of statement to keep you there, you need to think about like, do you want to be the sole reason for somebody's existence? Like that's not somebody's responsibility. That's not your responsibility in a relationship. You should never feel like you have to stay in a relationship by obligation, and especially out of fear that they might harm themselves if you leave. Then you're like a prisoner in your own life. You have to live your own life, and that isn't fair. And if that's like a threat, that's a threat. Like, I'm gonna do something to myself if you ever leave me. And if you stay with somebody because of that, just out of fear, that's not healthy. And if you use that against somebody to keep them from breaking up with you, like, that's not healthy. And it's a big red flag that the two people really need to reevaluate their relationship. And why I feel like it's a little immature, because she's saying that he told Lucy that, and then that she also said it. He said something, she's reacting to it and also saying it so that she felt seen, that she felt the same way. And like, to use that like you would in your life if you weren't with the person. Maybe they're not saying it as seriously as I'm taking it, but I'm also very sensitive to like that kind of narrative and talk that's out there, because young people will take it on, or people of all ages, and run with it. And I don't like that. Just something like a little like gross about it. Sorry. But you can tell that she has a premonition, that she has a feeling there, an intuition that he might screw it up, because she's like, I wonder if you're going to screw this up. But she's trying to be like, no, he said he would end his life if I ever left. So no, he's not going to leave me. And in reality, she needed to trust that intuition, that she's having it for a reason. And I find it like kind of sad if she also said it to kind of like validate him in a way. Okay, I've gone off on a major tangent. It might be a lot, but those are my thoughts, and I'm a therapist, and I see these dynamics at play, and especially in young people, so much, and it concerns me, and quite frankly, it drives me crazy, because I'm like, wait, that person said if you break up with them, they'll kill themselves? Like, that's incredibly messed up. Keep going.
So tell me, who else is gonna know me? At dinner, you take my ring.
Wait, I gotta back up, because this is the first time she's talking about herself and her needs, in a sense, because she's saying, who else is gonna know me? So she's feeling like he's the only person that's gonna know her. When before she was always saying like, who's gonna know you? Who's gonna decode you like me? Now she's saying like, who else is gonna know me? Okay.
At dinner, you take my ring off my middle finger and put it on the one. People put wedding rings on, and that's the closest I've come to my heart exploding. Who's gonna hold you?
Wow. Okay. Wow. He was totally like playing a game, being manipulative. Wow. Okay. It's making so many other songs make a lot of sense. So here he's taking off a ring from her middle finger and putting it on her ring finger. It makes me feel so bad for her, because it's like, it's so close to her heart exploding, like something that she wants, and to have that validation. I bet he probably knew that that's what she wanted. And then I know he probably didn't give it to her. And just like that hope for the future, or like the excitement that you have when somebody makes a major gesture like that. Oh God.
Hey, who's gonna know you?
sad how she does that, like little like, me. It's kind of showing like how I think small she's starting to feel.
And you're not Dylan Thomas, I'm not Patti Smith. This ain't the Chelsea Hotel, we're two idiots. Who's gonna hold you? 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 Gonna know you, gonna control you.
Wait, who's gonna hold you? Who's gonna know you? Who's gonna troll you? Yeah, like sometimes you need that person that will like keep you in check, you know, with your like insanity. I think that's what she's saying here, because she's also saying, you know, we're crazy. She's kind of having to bring him back to reality and say like, we're not Dylan Thomas, I'm not Patti Smith, like we're two idiots. Like come back down to earth here. So in a sense, she's kind of like trolling him, but calling him out on, you know, his delusion or delulu, like some of my younger clients say. I don't know. That's too exhausting. Like somebody that like needs to have that done all the time.
You left your typewriter at my apartment, straight from the torture poets department.
A typewriter is not small. It's not like you left like, I don't know, an earring or a t-shirt or something. Like, did he intentionally leave that typewriter? Like, who would forget to take a typewriter? That is, it's a little weird. I don't like it.
Else decodes.
Well, you know, just let someone else decode him. Let him go. Let him go. Let somebody else decode him. Let somebody else figure him out. Let someone else convince him, make him realize like how much he's screwing up a really, really good thing. All right. Hope you all enjoyed that. Take care.